Hello, my name is Duncan Alderdice, and the reason I'm making these videos is to document the journey I take as I become who I am. Today was a fairly good day. Oh, well, it was a good day. Just gonna mute those Slack notifications right now. What am I trying to say? So, dials on the day, 90 dials on the day, 0 book demos, but, and then 1 demo held, or was really just a follow-up, 2 demos had to reschedule, and no deals closed. Even though there was one that I thought was going to close. But so, although 0 book demos on LinkedIn, I got 2 messages back from 2 different guys that were somewhat interested or agreed that we could book a time. No time was booked, but as long as I've gotten there, then it's just whenever they see the message again, like at some point that will come in. So again, LinkedIn prospecting seems to be an effective use of my time. Except this morning, what I spent, I only sent out 1 LinkedIn message today. The reason being is because in Sales Navigator, I have connections, I have I don't know, 1,500 connections on LinkedIn. But a lot of those are just people that I went to school with, not financial advisors. So then I spent today going through checking, adding people who weren't a financial advisor to a list called not financial advisors. I got over 1,000 people on that, so that when I do searches in my first degree connections on LinkedIn, specifically with terms, I don't have to say financial advisor or CFP in the, I don't have to do anything more specific other than just saying, who am I connected with on LinkedIn? And then it shows me a list of all the people names, lots of those being financial advisors, and then I can work through it faster. But so it took maybe it was better part of 2.5 hours to actually work through. But it's that, although there was no output from it, that time spent will allow me to work more efficiently next week and moving forward. So I will get that time back. Although it wasn't productive, as in there's an output, it still was productive nonetheless. So that was that. I had a bunch of connections today on the phone, nobody booking demos, either not the ideal client profile, they didn't have capacity, then I had to push back a bit, it wasn't the ideal time. Some people wanted to call back, one guy laughed at it, but so a good day of that. That's that. Spent a bit of the day also editing, an hour in total, so 2 videos sent out, 40 push-ups. What else can I talk about? I know there's a lot of changes going on in terms of the amount of meetings that we're having, but I like where it's kind of going, because there's another account executive who reached out to me because we had a role play yesterday, but he went well, what if we just 8:30 every morning do a role play, we'll switch, take turns every other day, and then hammer the phones at 9. And I go I like that, and so I agreed, because I like the morning meetings to actually officially start the day. Even today, I didn't start at 9. It was closer to 9:07 because I was editing a video beforehand. But because there wasn't a meeting with the entire team right at 9, that prevented me from focusing on the video and going, I'll have to stop this, go there. I was able to just kind of let that bleed in, which is what I'm trying to avoid. So this will change it. And 8:30 is not even that early. I prefer getting up like that. So happy with that. As well as it'll be good if I just get into the habit of, I'm trying to get to the point where I don't even have to think about what I'm saying as I'm hosting the demo. It's because there's that muscle memory there, specifically which overcoming objections and becoming more confident. You practice like you play, or you play like you practice. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It just is more under pressure, you fall to your lowest level or highest level of preparation. Whatever the fucking sentence is, it's when you're in theory, you're the master of it, but under pressure, you're not going to be nearly as good as you'd like to be in theory. You're the lowest level of preparation. So the shittiest thing that you've been able to get to, but you've been able to do that consistently well, that was kind of said, that is where you'll be. So, and the only way to augment or increase that lowest level of skill is by practicing. So that's good. I had one follow-up. The follow went well. He said, like, he's talked to his, like, this was the guy who he wasn't actually buying. He was calling and inquiring on behalf of a team he has, but he wouldn't be buying for the team. They'd have to be buying it themselves. He said that they kind of went like, oh, it seems a little expensive, naturally, but said you can reach out to them directly. Pointed me to a part on his website where they had all the contact information and said you could just name drop me. So definitely gonna do that. Because, like, why not? Because, like, perhaps for the person who doesn't represent the company and understand the program fundamentally or as thoroughly as I do, a person working for the company wasn't able to pitch as well as isn't incentivized by the program, won't deliver as convincing of a pitch or explanation or process for the people who are ending up spending the money. So it's a no for now until I find out that it actually is a no. Could be a yes. Someone to call. Yeah, it's interesting because I'm glad I started doing the LinkedIn thing just because at the end of a 90-dial day with 15-ish connections, but no demos booked, it feels like depressing, like nothing happened, especially when most of the demos, especially one that was going to close, rescheduled. To have 2 replies on LinkedIn kind of indicating, hey, there's potential interest, so it still feels like we did something today, but that's that. What else? Oh, that's the main thing. I have a new subscriber that I should have mentioned. Hold on the 24th of February, so like a week ago. Matthias Bogard, he left a very nice comment saying, like, good luck, essentially. I appreciate that, but thanks for subscribing. I think Matthias said that, or Matthias. It's Matthias. But there's 2 T's, Matthias. I went to school with Matthias. And our calculus teacher always called him Matthias. Matthias, sit down. Well, anyways, thanks for subscribing. I re-downloaded Hinge just to kind of be like, hey, why not just look at it? Like, don't give up completely. I think what I'm gonna go into it a bit more casually. And when I say casually, what I don't mean is like looking for a casual thing. I more mean like not obsessing about it, focusing on it, tracking how many people that messages I've sent out, like really thinking about it. Just kind of go like, I will send, if I see a profile I like, I will pick a thing, and send a message. Really just a question. Something that they will reply to. My thought was going like, if I have to make it like a compliment, something referencing their profile followed with a question, and I go like, it's too much to actually think about. What ends up happening is I see a profile, overthink the answer, then close the app, wait, open it up again, the profile's still there. Don't want to dismiss it because I like the profile, but then never end it. Like, it's 3 days go by and it's like, just fucking send a message. But so that's that. For subscribers on the month, just because I want to talk about it, not that it matters. So 8 new subscribers, but 6 lost, so a net gain of 2, which makes sense that I'm losing subscribers because like this channel wasn't this type of content before, and I'm uploading a lot more frequently, so I might annoy the people who are following me or subscribed to me for the previous things that I'm doing. I'm not taking it to heart. Again, still have a long-term vision for this. Gonna get Domino's, come home, and play Far Cry 5. It's the weekend. I feel like I did a good week's work of work. It's not. There's a better way of saying that, but I don't know what it is because there's no other way to rearrange those words. A good day's work. A good week's work. Oh, that's why, because a good day's work is normally the thing you say. You don't say a good week's work. Whatever. Here's a cat. Here's a thermometer. and I'll see you later.